Hi everyone, once again welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Pawni Raj from SBC, Department of CSA So today in this section we are going to discuss about the array of strings. So let us look over the contents to be discussed in this section. The contents are like array of string and a small program on a array of string. Here an array of string refers to the two-dimensional array. So what is an array? So to process any large number of data, we need a data structure, right? So this condition will be followed by using an array. So an array is a collection of a similar data elements. Here the data element should be in a same data type and the elements of the array are stored in a consecutive memory locations and are referred by an index. So let us look at some of the examples where the concept of an array can be used, which includes like temperatures record on every day of the month, employees in a company, students in a class, products sold, and the customers. Declaration of an array. This is a syntax of a declaration of a one-dimensional array. So type, name, size. Here the type refers to the data type. For example, it could be like integer or a character or a floating points or the double. And name refers to identify an array, and the size is the maximum number of values that the array can hold. This is a small example for a declaration of an array. Int marks 10. Here int refers to the integer data type and the marks refers to the name of an array, and 10 is the size of an array where the maximum numbers of an array can be stored. This is how the memory location will be placed in a one-dimensional array. So whenever we are reading in a program, the first element will be read from the zero, and so if the array index is at 10, and whenever we read from a 0, it ends like n minus 1 condition. So let us look over a string. Here string is nothing but a collection of characters or a group of characters. So in a C language, a string is a null terminated character array. So this means that after the last character, a null character 0 is stored to signify the end of a character array or a string. So for example, if we are declaring a character array that have a 5 usable characters, namely H, E, L, and O. Apart from these characters, a null character 0 is stored at the end of a string. So the internal representation of the string becomes like hello, and the last character will be an null character that is 0. So to store the string, if the length is 5, we need an 5 plus 1 locations, which where the plus 1 location includes an 0 null character. So this is a declaration of a string in an array. So let us look over one of the most important topic to be discussed is an array of string. Say if we say the Mohan, the character name is an Mohan in an array. This is an best example for any single one-dimensional array, right? So if we need to store for more than one string or a more than one character array, we use an array of strings. It is a best example for a two-dimensional array. So character names 20, 30. Here 20 refers to the row index and the 30 refers to the column index. So here the first index 20 specifies the number of strings that are needed, and the second index 30 specifies the length of every individual string. So here we allocate space for 20 names where each name can be of maximum 30 characters long. So the general syntax of a two-dimensional array or an array of string can be given as a data type, array name, row size, and the column size. So here is a small example for how the array of strings will be declared in C programming. So here char name carries the data type, name is the name of an array, 5 is the row index where the 5 names can be stored, and 10 is the column index where the 10 characters can be stored in this array. So Ram, Mohan, Sham, Hari, Gopal are the 5 names. So this is how the two-dimensional array will be represented in any program. So at see if you look over in this program, so at every end of any particular string or any an array and a zero null character is represented. So So it always, if the size of a particular character array is 5, so there will be a 5 plus 1 location where plus 1 is refers to the null character. So let us look over a small program on an array of string. So hash include stdio.h. Here stdio.h is the standard input output header file. So int main is the main function where int is the integer, and we are not only int, we can use as a void also. So we are opening a curly brackets. Char refers to the character and array refers to the name of an array. 3 is the row index, 10 is the column index, as I discussed in the previous slide. So here the row index is we can store among 3 character array or 3 strings. So the names are like Geeta, Sam and the Ram. So printf is nothing but an output statement. So here it says that string array elements are. So let us look and the next condition, and the next line is the condition where for loop is used. So this condition says that int I is initially 0 and I is less than 3 and I plus plus. So if I is initially 0 and since 0 is less than 3, so the Gita name will be executed. So the condition satisfied, so the Gita name is executed. And again we go for an for loop, increment by 1, increment by an I. So I is equal to 1. So I, since 1 is less than 3, so the Sam name will be also an executed and the condition is satisfied. So again we increment I 1 to a 2. So 2 is less than 3, the condition satisfied, so the RAM name is executed. So again if we increment by one element, the 2 incremented to 3 and the 3 is not less than 3, the condition is false, so it come out of the loop and the program is end. So here a return 0 is used since the int in a main function is used. So whenever we use an int as an in a main function, it is must and should we should use an a return 0. So return 0 will be returning all the values to an a main function. So this is an output how it will be showed in this array. So string array elements are Geeta, Sam and the Ram. So I hope you understood this section. Thank you. This is Pawniraj signing off this section.